Barry, welcome in. Thank you for being part of Two-Way. Tell folks who don't know where you are and what's on your mind for Hogan and for Michael, and thank you for being here.
Hi, I am in Washington State, a little outside of Seattle. I have so much on my mind, and I've been sitting here like, what is the heart of the matter, and where am I right now? And I think what I keep coming back to, and then I did have a comment too, um, where are we with the First Amendment? Who is the arbiter? Who decides what is free speech? And it boils down to that for me. That's where I'm so in my head about that right now.
Yeah, you talking about controlling stuff on social media? Is that the issue?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I watched a video this weekend and it was from a Microsoft employee who got fired for his comments on Blue Sky. He had started the DEI program at Microsoft. He was very upset. He stood by what he said on social media. Someone saw it, someone reported him, and he was upset that he got fired over it. And I don't agree with what he said, but then I'm just like, who is the arbiter? Who decides? Who decides who gets to go into whose life and say, that was hate speech. That was wrong.
Yeah.
That was.
Well, I will say this, and then I'll turn it over to Michael and then Hogan. For about 2 decades, the left said they get to decide.
Yeah.
So now the right's making its own decisions, and it's really up to the employers, right? But I think people who in the press and on the left who are outraged about what's happening now should do a pretty big catalog of what happened for the last 20 years or so. Hogan.
No, go Michael first.
Okay, Michael.
No, I saw there was a professor, I think at the University of Miami, I think at the University of Michigan. There were a couple instances at the Washington Post example. I'm for these private companies and private institutions, deciding who is violating, sort of their value set of their business. And so that's where I stand. I mean, like I'm fine when I want private companies to decide for themselves what is the best reflection of either the company's mission or values. And so that's how I see it.
Okay. Hogan.
Yeah, Michael's right. I mean, the private company has the ability to do that. There's no question. I do think there's some more significant things we should be talking about as relates to where this mentality starts or how it develops, that just because you disagree with me, what you're saying is hateful or what, it can be wrong. It could be, hurtful even, but you still have the ability to say it in this country. But as Michael pointed out, if you're saying these things and it violates a rule of your own company, then that's no different than violating a dress code of your own company or conduct unbecoming of a an employee at this company, et cetera, et cetera. So, it's an interesting question the way you ask it, because who decides? I think we all have our own internal mechanisms where we say, that's right, that's wrong, I don't like that, I don't like this. But I do feel like a majority, at least a large number of people out there go, okay, I don't like the way that was said or what was said, but they have the right to say it. But as it relates to businesses, as Michael said, I mean, if you have employees and they're violating your code of conduct, you have the right to fire them, no question.
I will say this. I would like employers to be consistent. And sometimes it's difficult to be consistent, but that'd be
Sure.
best. Barry, thank you for coming on. I appreciate it. Cozy Earth makes incredible products. You can buy them on the interweb, and we're going to give you 40% off, including their bedding, softest sheets I've ever slept in. Very nice. And of course, shirts, pajamas, all sorts of things. But as you know, I'm a big fan of the pants, the Cozy Earth pants, everything made from viscose from bamboo, whisks away moisture and heat, and just comfortable. And they look great. Wherever you wear them, they look great. So right now, if you want to get any of the stuff, please go to cozyearth.com and put in the code Two-Way for 40% off. You won't regret it. Trust me, many of you have already done it. And many of you have sent me texts and emails saying, Mark, so surprised how right you were. Not that they didn't trust me, but they thought I wasn't even being gracious enough and declaratory enough. So again, go to cozyearth.com right now. Great stuff, especially the pants, including the pants, 40% off. Built for real life, made to keep up with yours. Cozy Earth, Thank you for your attention to this matter. Want more great clips like that? I've got an idea. Hit the subscribe button, be part of the two-way community, never miss a clip, and you can always watch our full episodes, join them live, go to twoway.tv.